Welcome back to Squishy and Punkie.
How's everybody doing?
This is Squishy and I'm Punkie. Today we're doing a slightly different video. We just haven't had time to actually go out and hike or anything. And today we're at a local area, so you might hear some traffic from behind. Today we figured we would try some would you rathers. If you have any, which ones you would pick, just leave in the comments below. So let's get started.
Okay.
First one I have is, would you rather be a creature of the night or have to hibernate for 3 months?
That's a good one. So creature of the night meaning that you're up at night?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, that's hard for me.
I would be probably a creature of night.
Well, I know that's not hard for you because you're usually pretty much a night. You're kind of a night person anyway.
Yeah, and less bright light.
I guess I would have to go with creature of the night because I don't know if I'd want to like literally do nothing for like 3 months. At least being a creature of the night, you're up at night and I guess you're not really sleeping during the day, but I mean that would obviously limit the kind of jobs you could have and stuff like that, but you'd also probably be pretty antisocial.
I don't have many friends anyway, so.
Yeah, I know, but okay. Would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything you're told?
Lose the ability to lie.
Yeah, me as well. I definitely wouldn't want to just be so gullible that you believe everything that you're told. I know some people like that, and that's not a good thing. It's not good at all, because I mean those people will fall for anything, so they can easily be fooled and manipulated and tricked. And I really don't lie a whole lot anyway, so losing the ability to lie wouldn't be all that bad.
Well, you can tell through my facial expressions for the most part.
Yeah, usually with me too.
Okay. Would you rather date your celebrity crush by posing as a celebrity or be friends with them as yourself? I would actually rather just be friends because I'm not sure if I like posing as someone else.
Well, yeah, I mean this goes back to the whole lie thing. I don't really like telling lies, but I mean the biggest problem with the pretending to be a celebrity is eventually it's going to come out that you're not a celebrity, and then there's going to be, you know, backlash to that. So, you know, you might have had a little bit of time with them, like dating them or whatnot, but there's not going to, you know, once the truth comes out, they're not going to want anything to do with you. And so being their friend in the long run, at least you get to hang out with them and be in their presence and communicate with them, and you know, all the perks of being friends with a celebrity. Oh, it's my turn.
Yep.
Would you rather hear the voices of the dead or see their ghost?
I would probably go with hear their voices.
Why?
Because if someone's gonna be haunting me, I would like to know why, and they would be able to tell me in their voice rather than just poof, be right in front of me.
I would rather see their ghost because then I can close my eyes and it's like they're not even there. If I'm just seeing their ghost, I can close my eyes or go where there aren't ghosts and I won't see them. But if you can hear them, you can't escape them even if you close your eyes. They could still talk to you and you can still hear them. But
yeah, it's called putting plugs in.
But I can see your argument too. I mean, you know, they're both valid. That's why it was a difficult question.
It's like you don't want to listen anymore. Put your plugs or your headphones in.
Okay.
There you go.
Your turn.
Okay. Would you rather be able to tell what everyone is thinking or see everyone's future?
I would rather be able to know what everyone's thinking, because that can help me now. Seeing what's going to happen in someone's future, I mean, yeah, I guess you could, you know, be a psychic and charge people money for being a psychic, but you may not be around to see that person's future, or that person's future might not affect you at all. So as far as something that's going to benefit me right now, I would say see everyone's thoughts, because I mean that's going to help me with relationships and
you know why
everything.
I would want to hear everyone what they think, right? So I can scare the crap out of them when I tell them answer questions they're thinking in their head.
Oh, nice.
I scare the crap out of them.
Nice. Makes sense. Would you rather be able to sing like Whitney Houston or cook like Gordon Ramsay?
Sing like Mariah Carey.
Whitney Houston?
Or Whitney Houston. My bad.
Just because you have no interest in cooking?
Why learn cooking when I got a wonderful hubby that cooks excellent?
Yeah, why learn cooking when you have a husband who would rather cook like Gordon Ramsay?
I'm like, you're a good cook and you're willing to learn, so why should...
Because I already try to learn stuff as much as I can, so definitely. I mean, I enjoy singing, but I sing pretty well as it is to begin with, so I feel like I could definitely use more help with my cooking more than I can my singing, so I would choose be able to cook like Gordon
Squishy knows
Ramsay.
how to make my favorite meals really well, so I'm not gonna... I'll choose singing.
Okay, your turn.
Would you rather have healing abilities or the ability to summon a dragon?
I read this one and almost chose it. Summoning a dragon would be freaking awesome, but I'm not really sure what it would help with, other than the fact that you have a dragon. You'd be like, "Hey, everybody, I have a dragon."
Well, you
So
can scare the crap out of people.
I would choose be able to heal people, because it's just in my nature to want to help people, and that would just be another way that I could help people. Would be by healing people.
Well, the pro to being able to summon a dragon, you can make money off of, but I would rather have healing abilities.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely make money off of summoning the dragon, for sure. I mean, charge admission to come see the dragon, yeah. But to me, so many more things could go wrong by summoning a dragon.
No, what could possibly go wrong? So I would go with healing abilities.
Okay, so you're going to like this one. Would you rather own an old-timey pirate ship and a crew, or a private jet with a pilot and infinite fuel?
Pirate ship.
I already knew exactly which one you would choose. I would choose the jet with a pilot and infinite fuel, because that way I could go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted, without having to worry about it. So if I wanted to just jet off somewhere, I could jet off and be there in hours or so. Pirate ship would be fun, but then, I mean, you're at sea for months at a time usually, and you know, as far as traveling, it probably wouldn't be that fun. Now, it could be fun, you know, for the whole novelty of it, of, oh yeah, I'm a pirate, but, you know.
Just having a pirate ship and having a crew, I can be like, go do this.
Swab the deck. Walk the plank.
Yeah.
Walking the plank really wouldn't help you, though, because then you'd be down a crew person.
Okay. Would you rather be able to control fire or water?
Control fire or water?
Yeah.
I would say water.
Yeah.
There's more water. I mean, the world is made up of more water than land, and I see more practical uses for being able to control water than fire.
Yeah, well, if you're hiking or you got lost or off the grid, need water.
Yeah, I mean, people could argue that fire would help you in that situation too, but water is life. So, and once again, that goes back to the whole, like, I would rather heal people than be able to summon a dragon. Okay, would you rather randomly turn into a frog for a day once a month, or randomly turn into a bird for a day once every week?
Bird.
I would choose a bird too, because that means once every week you're going to be able to fly. Plus, you'll probably freak people out less, and you probably have a less chance of actually dying while you're in that form. Because if you're a frog, you're basically going to have to, like, go hide somewhere, most likely, as soon as it happens. And it's going to happen randomly. So, I mean, it could happen while you're at your house. It could happen while you're driving. You know, I mean, I would hate for it to happen while you're driving, but
well, think about it. All right, with being a bird, all right, there's people that give like little tokens or gifts to birds.
Yeah. And
that could be coins, and you could pick up the coins and be like, put in your piggy bank.
Sure. Plus, I mean, you could look at the time limits too. Like, if you're going to randomly turn into a frog once a month, that means you're basically going to be waiting that entire month to find out when you're going to be a frog. It could wind up being the very last day of the month. Now, it could wind up being the first day of the month, and then you're fine the rest of the time. But at the same time with the bird, you know it's going to happen once every week. So, at least then, I guess, it's going to happen once every week. So you can maybe kind of try to prepare yourself for it better.
I think I did an extra one already. You want to read another one?
You did an extra one already? Okay.
I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Would you rather... I've done 5 too. So it's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
would you rather have 1 wish granted today or 35 wishes granted 10 years from now?
1 wish granted today. I mean, you don't even know if you're going to be alive 10 years from now. I mean, 10 years from now is a long time.
Yeah.
So 1 wish today, I could do, something special now. What's 35 wishes in 10 years if I'm not around to make them?
I would go with 1.
I couldn't tell you what my wish would be, but, I wish for world peace. No, I'm just kidding. Would you rather wrestle a bear or an alligator?
Alligator.
You'd rather wrestle an alligator?
Yeah. You trap their mouth and get on top of it, and as long as you have duct tape to tape their mouth shut, you're good.
True. That's true. I mean, yeah, that's true. And if you get them, and if you have them on shore out of the water, then, obviously they're still dangerous, but they're not going to be as dangerous as a bear that can, like, literally just, like, rip you to shreds. Yeah, I would definitely be more scared and intimidated by a bear than an alligator.
Would you rather have the ability to travel... Yeah, sorry. Words are hard sometimes. Would you rather have the ability to time travel or stop time?
To time travel or stop time? I really don't see how stopping time would be helpful. So I would rather time travel, because then I've always had a fascination with history. I love history, so that would give me a chance to actually go back and engage in history. And I would do it without having to worry about paradoxes and anything, because I probably wouldn't actually go back to any point in history where I was actually already alive.
I would actually pick stopping time.
Okay.
Okay, just think about it. I pause time. I get all the chores, all the homework done.
Okay.
I need to do.
That's smart.
And then once I'm finished,
Unpause.
unpause, and I have the whole day ahead of me to do whatever I want.
I mean, the only thing is you're still going to be tired and fatigued from doing all those chores. So, I mean, yeah, I could see that, but, you know, it does have its drawbacks. But I now understand it a little bit better than before when you originally asked it, because originally I thought it was a no-brainer. Now I would actually have to kind of think about it a little bit. I mean, it would really help you when you're doing school too, because you just pause time, do your assignment, take as long to do your assignment as you want, and then unpause time, and you still have all that time, and you know. Okay, let's see.
Because time travel is tempting, but when you're working and going to school at the same time, stopping time would be good.
Communicate only in emoji. Would you rather communicate only in emoji or never be able to text at all ever again?
I'll be able to communicate with your mother better, so I guess emojis.
Yeah, my mom is obsessed with emojis. Yeah, I would definitely do emojis. I mean, not being able to text again in this day and age where, you know, the majority of people would rather text than actually talk on the phone. You know, emojis, for the most part, people can figure out what you're saying with emojis. It may take them a few more minutes, but, you know, they'll figure it out eventually, especially if, you know, you're just doing like okay or a smiley face.
If they get confused, they'll just call you.
You know, I mean, most emojis are pretty easy to figure out what they mean. And yeah, that's true. If they get confused, they can just call you, and then you can actually have a conversation with them, you know, where you can hear each other. That's always a good thing.
Would you rather spend every weekend indoors or every weekend outdoors?
This is going to surprise you, but I would rather spend every weekend outdoors because I'm indoors most of the week anyway. So if I spend every weekend indoors, then I'm not going to have a whole lot of time outdoors to begin with. So I would say if I had to choose, I would spend every weekend outdoors.
I would always do outdoors because there's like so much you can do outside, and it is relaxing.
Yeah.
And if you have friends over, it could be real fun.
Okay, my turn?
Yep.
Okay. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
Power.
The Slytherin in me really wants to say unlimited power. And I'm getting this image in my head of Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin talking about unlimited cosmic power. Itty bitty living space. But I'm gonna say universal respect because I'm all about respect, and I think that respect is power in a way, because if people respect you, that gives you power, because then they trust you and they believe what you say, and they're willing to work and communicate with you better. And so I would rather go with the universal respect.
But when you're a short person like me,
she just wants to boss everybody around.
yeah, you gotta kind of be bossy when you're short, because no one's gonna listen to you.
That's all there is to it. She just wants to boss everybody around.
Okay. Would you rather live in the middle of nowhere with nothing in a 60-mile radius, such as stores, or live in a busy city?
That's hard. I gotta say busy city because I don't want to drive that much every day just to get somewhere. Now,
that's why you grow stuff.
I guess if you're living that like that, yeah, then I guess you probably would be having a farm. And so you'd probably be pretty self-sufficient where you wouldn't have to go get stuff or even leave your house every day. But I mean, I'm gonna be working, I'm assuming, unless I'm gonna probably be doing some kind of something for work, so I would probably still be traveling a lot.
I just would rather be out in the middle of nowhere.
And living in the city, you could just pretty much walk everywhere. You don't really even have to drive.
Yeah, but you'll get crazy neighbors and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. But
and crabby people.
That's part of life.
I'll just stick with out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. Would you rather have the ability to see through walls or have enhanced hearing?
See through walls. There's some stuff I do not want to hear.
There's some things I don't want to see.
Don't look at the wall you're worried about.
I would say enhanced hearing, because then I can hear and eavesdrop on conversations, which would then allow me to gather more information.
And no more.
And I like.
What'd you say?
And I like to gather information and knowledge. See-through walls would be nice, but I mean, you could also use that for very nefarious reasons.
Okay, with the see-through walls, okay, you get the full picture. You don't have to worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear stuff. Your imagination goes off.
That's true.
And you're gonna be thinking of 60 different things of the same one thing.
That's true. But if I could see through walls, I'm telling you right now, I would use it for very like incorrect things. I'm not going to mention what those incorrect things are, boys and girls, but you probably know what I mean, because you're probably thinking it too, especially you guys out there watching this video. Don't try to deny it. You know it's true.
Have you?
Your turn. This should be your last one, I think.
Yep.
Somehow we didn't actually wind up with the same ones, which is pretty amazing.
Okay. Would you rather live inside a museum or live inside a zoo?
Definitely live inside a museum. It's a lot more quiet, and yeah, definitely a lot more quiet. You're gonna be, around history and things of that nature.
Museum has AC.
Yeah, and you're probably gonna be inside, right? The zoo, you're probably living outside, unless you're living in one of like the buildings in the zoo, but it's not gonna be that big, for sure. So cool, we actually agree on that one. Okay, I read the ones I have left, and this is the one I'm gonna read. Would you rather lose your ability to speak or your ability to read? This is probably the hardest one for me to choose, because I love to speak and I love to read.
I'll choose reading.
You would rather lose the ability to read?
Yeah.
Because you don't really read anyway, and you can use audiobooks, right?
Okay, if you spend like a whole semester reading big, gigantic words that can be simplified.
I would rather lose the ability to speak. Because knowledge is power, and I can gain more knowledge by reading than I can by speaking. And I can still listen, I can still hear, and if I couldn't speak, I would be less likely to interrupt people, and I can still communicate. I would just have to write everything down, or learn sign language.
I don't know if I would survive.
Or I could use emojis.
I don't know if I would survive with you actually being quiet for once.
Yeah, that's true. She'd probably be like, something wrong? Is something wrong?
Can I ask one more?
Okay, sure.
Alright, sorry. It only records for so long.
We literally ran it out so that it had to stop. That's funny.
Last question I want to ask is, would you rather spend 1 week in the wilderness or 1 night in a real haunted house?
1 week in the wilderness or 1 night in a real haunted house?
You probably already know which one I'm going to choose.
I would rather spend 1 night in a real haunted house.
Me too.
Okay, cool. Because then we can just snuggle up. After we do our investigating, of course.
And see who screams first like a little girl.
Yeah, true. He wants to go home.
Yeah.
But first, to the little doggy. Because we definitely wouldn't bring the doggy because he would be scared, like, as soon as we walked in the door. The first little bump that he'd hear, he'd be, like, shaking.
Well, thank you for coming along for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have any would you rathers you want to suggest, or would you rathers you want to answer from ones we asked, leave in the comments below. If you want to, you can come follow us on Twitch at Squishyandpunkie, or you can follow us on Twitter at Squishyandpunkie, or you can follow me on TikTok at Punkie. And we did just start a Patreon if you guys want to join that. We haven't set up the tiers yet.
Yeah, because we don't even have anybody in it yet, you know, and we don't know if we're going to, because we're not anticipating that.
So you can join it for as little as like $1, and the goal for that is to save that money to be able to do trips for the videos.
Yeah, take you guys places with us.
That's our main goal behind that.
And she forgot about our Instagram. We also have an Instagram where we post videos or photos. Usually we just post photos. Today I put a video up of a little waterfall in a creek, though. It's a really neat video. You should go check it out. And that's
Squishyandpunkie. So thank you for coming on.
See the trend?
And have a peace.
Peace.
Peace out.